evening, citizens of the internet. You can call me Nitro Indigo, and welcome back to my extremely riveting Let's Play of the Dog Island. In the last episode, Potassi planted an ankh tree, and Dr. Potan told us that we needed medicinal herbs to heal Emilio. So he encouraged us to find a sniff master. It just so happened that a sniff master was overhearing our conversation, so he taught us how to sniff by making us retrieve, us and by us I mean me, retrieve parts of a ring from a couple of snakes. And in this episode we're going to find medicinal herbs. But first I'm going to talk to Mr. Postman, because only after I finished recording episode 3 did I realise that that icon meant that he had mail. I always ignore this when I play this as a kid. So I'm going to read these letters. And I thought for a moment that you'd be able to read them from here, but no, you read them from your inventory. And he says that every time you finish talking to him. And by inventory, I mean, actually, where is it in the inventory? This is awkward. It's letter, that's it. And it's in singular because of reasons. Dear Indigo, how are you? It's so quiet around here. It's still quiet around here about you. I like that font, by the way. Mum thinks so too. Well, font's not the best word, the dog writing you see in the background. Don't catch a cold, okay? Okay, why don't I just catch cold like Tessalonian Experience always complains about America's doing, even though I've never heard it. See you later. It's like when Exo Paradigm Gamer kept saying in his Donkey Kong Country Let's Play that Canadians always say, I'm done this, even though they don't. Dear Indigo, how is everything? We are all doing fine here. Are you eating well? Don't forget to eat vegetables, okay? We're dogs. They don't need to eat vegetables. Why am I questioning this? I will write to you again. Yeah, see, I mean, I don't like it when Americans put write to you instead of write to you. And that reminds me of this, I don't like it either when people say come with instead of come with you. You should write us back sometime. Yeah, I don't like write us either. Please be careful, bye. Or a possessive version of a pronoun and then a verb ending in ing. I don't like that either, and it seems to be an American thing as well. And now I think I'm going to go clothes shopping first before I continue the story, because there's kind of, just because I want to, basically. Also notice how long it takes for the items to actually appear on your dog. It reminds me of the PlayStation 2 version of The Sims 2 Pets, which I played a few times a few years ago, where it took up to a minute for me to actually be able to scroll between two different options on a menu, and that was when I gave up with the game, basically. Long story. I have a bit of a history with PlayStation 2 that I've already been over before, and it's no, basically I got a PlayStation 2 a few years ago, not really knowing what games to play on it, and both the games I ended up getting was rubbish, but I didn't realise the first one was rubbish, and I realised it was the instalment of a series that everyone hated, and I felt so ashamed of myself that I never wanted to play it again. There's a bit more to it, but I don't want to be here all day, and it's not really anything I want, so I think I'm going to go back to Green Meadows, because I don't actually remember what I'm supposed to do at this point in the game. But seriously, as well as the Green Meadows music sounding like Glimmer, the beginning also sounds like the Great Sea from Wind Waker. Also, medicinal herb is the item that you can find in most buildings in this game. I might have already mentioned that. Still don't know what that mysterious orange item you could find in Pupsville during the during the festival was, though. Oh, there's a tulip. Right, I think I'm going to talk to Yilu. For the next level, you must learn 4 more smells. I smell a dog that needs help. Yes, a dog in trouble from the direction of Potan's clinic. You should go and check. Oh, so basically, he's actually a way to tell you where to go. This is quite good because, as I mentioned earlier, I haven't played this game since 2015, so I don't remember a lot of stuff. And even then, I think the last time I played the early parts of this game was quite a while before that. In fact, I think this is the quickest I've ever played through this game so far. And if you're wondering the reason why I've been able to get a video out almost every day this week, not to date this video, is because it's the half term, the Easter holidays, so I don't have school. I can see you're getting better with your sniffing. I think you can find the herbs I need now. You know, the herbs that I need to help cure your brother, you don't say. What I need is a yellow flower. Oh, you don't need medicinal herbs then. It grows in green meadows. It's easy to find because of its yellow petals. You don't say. It smells like this. I've got to wonder if it actually has a less generic name in Japanese and they had to clarify that. It made sense to clarify it in Japanese because the name didn't indicate anything about the colour. I'll be waiting for you. I'll continue getting my things ready for this trip. I've got to wonder if the yellow flower is supposed to be based on any real flower though. Some events will require you to find scents that are combinations of scents. For example, find an item that smells like a banana and an apple. To find these items, you will need to learn the different scents that make up that combination. In other words, basically, in order to find one item, you'll need to find 2 other items before that. It's a bit of a weird system that I never really understood. Anyway, we need to go find this yellow flower. Oh, it's a sunflower. Why couldn't they just called it a sunflower? Most people know what a sunflower is. I don't get it. By the way, what the... Oh yeah, I know what Japanese for sunflower is. It's hinawa. I wonder if it's actually called that in the Japanese version of this game or if they also just call it a yellow flower. Considering my theory earlier, I guess not. And yes, Hiwana is the name of the mom from Mother 3. And that attack, yeah, the problem with bark attacks is that they actually have a really short range. It's really... They can be right next to the enemy, but because you're not directly facing them, it doesn't work. But I do really like the sunset in this game, even if this comes a bit, like, abruptly, because I don't really know how long a day in this game is. It does look really pretty, and it helps vary things a bit, and I just noticed that this guy has, like, a really nice pinkish colour at the top. I like the colours of sunsets, okay? It's why my favourite Japanese Pokemon ending is, because the sky is there, which is... well, the song title is actually Japanese, but I can't remember what it actually is. And it's the first ending credits theme for Pokemon Advanced Generation, and it's basically Ash and Pikachu in a field where really feelsy music plays, and there's a really nice orange sunset, even though the lyrics mention a blue sky. So, oops, and already it looks like it's night out. Oh wait, it just fell to night just before I got in, of course. Yes, this is it, thank you. But I need 2 other herbs. One of them is called a blue flower. I think that's a morning glory. I asked Frances to go get it, but she should be back by now. Could you check on how she is doing? I heard she was having some trouble with the Victory Gang's pranks. Their pranks are getting worse these days. I just hope they don't hurt Frances. Who are those dogs? And this one, she's fainted, you don't say. Oh. Hey, she's coming to. Oh my, I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say. Oh, hi, you are Indigo? Right, how do you know my name? Yes, you are Indigo. I'm Frances. I work as a nurse at Dr. Potan's clinic. Like, that scene wasn't conveyed as the protagonist telepathically telling the other character's name. It was presented as if the character already knew what the protagonist's name was. I heard about you from Dr. Potan. Okay, then. You came to the Dog Island to save your brother all by yourself, right? You're so brave. I just wish I had half as much confidence, and now I'm reminded of that one line in Cars 2 where Cruz Ramirez was like, "You're brave, unlike me," and it was in the trailers, and it's just like, oh. Do you have time to listen to my story? Well, let me tell you anyway. Those dogs who were here just now are the Victory Dogs. It's a gang that loves to cause trouble for other dogs. Well, the problem is, it's really about me. That's not a complete sentence. I'm a nurse, you see, but I'm actually terribly afraid at the sight of blood. Go on, laugh if you want. A nurse who's scared of blood. I know. I was okay to start with. I only felt a little sick. But now just seeing the colour red is enough to make me feel sick. When it gets really bad, I even faint. The Victory Dogs found out about all this. And now they love to pick on me. And I need to look for the blue flower for Dr. Potan, but those Victory gang dogs keep throwing tomatoes at me. It scares me so much that I can't deal with my work. I wish I could just teach you the smell, but I'm not even confident enough to teach you anything right now. But the Victory Dogs aren't to blame, not really. I am. It's my weakness. I know I should be able to control it, but just seeing anything red is enough to make me feel sick. But I've heard about something called the brave fruit. The brave fruit is a plant that grows in the green meadows. They say that eating it makes you brave. If I had one, I'd be able to teach you what the blue flower smells like. Please, find the brave fruit for me? I didn't actually know how to enunciate that. I think the brave fruit smells like this. But first, I need to go heal up, and I think in this game when you go to bed and at night you'll wake up next day, which is pretty much common sense game stuff. I was about to say that applies to Gotold, and then I remembered that falling asleep is the only way to advance the day-night cycle in that game. I really like that jingle, by the way. It sounds like a small part of the town theme, and yeah, it really does go back to day. Well, actually, I didn't go into Dorothy's house, so I'm going to talk to them. I have a really nice house, though. I like those flowers. I really like the colour purple, as I said earlier. Hi there. You're looking healthy. If you've got any tips on how to stay in such top shape, please share them with me. Okay, I think she might be important for something in the plot later, like a lot of characters in Pupsville. I can't actually remember. But at least I'm not as hopelessly lost as I was in the Wind Waker, because this is a much simpler game than the Wind Waker. But since I've got a tulip, I might as well give it to Cherry, and I don't know why her house isn't labelled with her name. It's not like the house is unoccupied or anything. Like, I'm trying to think if there's any other games where there's like an unoccupied house which isn't labelled with a name and like all the other ones, and it's a plot point, but none come to mind. Also, I've got to wonder what all these jars are for. But I like how she has a flower on that bedside shelves thingy. Anyway, let's go to Green Meadows with their Wind Waker Spyro 2 music. And the brave fruit is just a cherry. I'd forgotten that, but it is a bit ironic that it's red, and that is an absolutely tiny tree. Are you sure that's not a shrub? I also like how there's mountains in the distance, but I don't actually remember if there's mountains in the actual game, or at least not mountains that you can visit from that area. Or at least I don't think there are mountains you can visit in that particular area. See, the one good thing about pointing controls is that I can show you exactly what I'm talking about. And before you ask, there's not a nunchuck option in this game. If to prove it, here's the back of the box. And that was directing me towards grapefruit. Why did the grapefruit grow in power in flower patches? Can anyone please explain this to me? Is it like that how grapefruits are grown in real life? And also grapefruit is apparently a corruption of grapefruit because it's big, which makes a lot more sense. Like how Greymon is apparently supposed to be Greatmon, but if they spelled it as G-R-E-A-Mon, no one would pronounce it properly, I guess. And also, have you noticed that like a lot of like old school Digimon, I don't want to say OG because that sounds a bit down with the kids, and I don't want to say Generation 1 because I don't know if the Digimon fandom has a concept of that, like have some sort of helmet on them, like sometimes they're part of their body and sometimes they're not, but like what comes to mind are like Angemon, Unimon and Greymon off the top of my head. I used to think that normal Greymon was called Skull Greymon because it has that skull helmet on it. If you know nothing about Digimon, you must be really confused right now, but still. Right, where's Frances supposed to be? She's supposed to be in here? I don't remember. Yes, she is. Good. Why is that doctor's bed raised at the end? Oh wait, I remember that because that's part you put your head on. I thought that semicircle was. It's the brave fruit. Thank you. Please excuse my manners. I feel slightly but surely a little more brave. I don't think I'd faint now, even if I saw actual blood. Now I can teach you the smell of the blue flower. I've got to wonder if this brave fruit, which is just a cherry, is there any significance to that, I wonder, is just a placebo. And we haven't found grapes or lavender yet, and also Treely Woods. What an original name. The blue flower is in Treely Woods. I saw one by the entrance to Zumi Lake. I've got to wonder if the name Zumi comes from Izumi, which is Japanese for fountain, and also for Metal Alchemist character, which everyone, including me, pronounces as Izumi. Okay, Treely Woods is a bit beyond Green Meadow, so nice how you get to see more of the world. But I don't know how long this is going to take, so I hope this video doesn't end up being 40 minutes long because of poor planning ahead again and not knowing when exactly events occur. But part of the fun is this is rediscovering this game, which I remember a lot about, but not everything. Like my memories of Power Rangers, which are so vague that I'm absolutely baffled as to why I was so obsessed with that show as a kid. Or rather, I'm absolutely baffled as to why I remember barely anything about Power Rangers if I was obsessed with it as a kid. But first, we need to go find some grapes and lavenders. That's not proper grammar, but still. Speaking of, oh, here's some grapes. What a coincidence! I wonder if the game is it deliberately spawns a grape in there just to make it easier for you if you haven't found one already. Anyone know how events come? And also, that's a boar. Boars are really annoying because they chase you, and you see what I mean? Still not as annoying as that one bear, which I think we'll be seeing soon, and we can't go over there until really late into the game. But I don't think you can find lavender here. Usually if you can find a flower, then there'd be part of the overworld that actually looks like that flower, which is a nice touch. And now the boar is asleep, but let sleeping boars lie, is that a saying? And here's the most unimaginatively named forest ever, and it looked like my dog was about to walk into the river. And it's not even that very woodsy, it's quite open. And the trees are really tall, they look like Mario trees. Here's some adorable little squirrels. Scare exactly one of them. Oh, that looks like lavender, so it probably is lavender, you don't say. So I think the sniff-o-meter, as I'm going to call it, is trying to directly to that patch. So I think it was this patch, but it's not, which is right next to a snake because, of course, they want to put plot important stuff next to enemies because that's just how game design goes. Also, the snakes in the island. Also, why take me remember the smell of the blue flower if we don't know what it smells like? Oh wait, because we've been shown the scent somehow before. Yeah, there is a morning glory. But no, like, there's a snake in the that Animal Crossing, that minigame from Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival that was put in on the Wii U in on the Wii U item that you can get in New Leaf Welcome Amiibo. Desert Island Escape. The snake in that game looks really similar to the snake in this this game. It's really weird. We can't do anything about that tree yet. And also sometimes enemies will be carrying items that aren't important to the plot, but we can actually do something about that tree because this character is connected to it. But first we need to find the blue flower. Also, why is his name Goliath? He's not particularly tall. Oh wait, the blue flower is beyond there, that's why. In trouble, I am. The axe handle is broken. I can't work. And who are you? I'm trying to give him like a rough kind of builder voice, if that makes any sense. You want to go through here then, but he also sounds like a weird combination of Lego Batman and Emperor Grum, so maybe I should completely change his voice. Go along the river heading to the south of this forest and bring me a new axe handle. The road splits in two ways. Just across the bridge if you head back a little. Follow the other path to the south along the river. A gorilla lives there. Oh, it was a gorilla, not a bear, so be careful. But why is there a gorilla in the middle of the forest? barked it from behind the wall and doesn't know you're there. Then the gorilla will drop the axe handle. The axe handle smells like this. It does. Why are you talking like Yoda? Use your sniffing to follow the smell of the gorilla. But if the gorilla is in a bad mood, you better watch out. I'll rest up here. Get it for me, please. See what I mean about this game being made of fetch quests? And also, actually, I'm not saying that the longer you howl, the longer enemies are stunned for, but that was already spelled out in the game earlier. And if you fall into the river, don't worry, you won't die. But we haven't had our official swimming tutorial yet, so I don't think we can swim at this point. But we can go fishing if we'd want. Because there's a I don't know if the fish collector it shows up yet, or if that's later in the game. But I know where the fish and bug collectors are, but we can't get bugs yet. Oops, spoilers. Oh wait, she already mentioned that. Cherry already mentioned there were bug collectors though, so that's not much of a spoiler, but still. It's a right-eye flounder. I thought those only lived in the sea unless there are multiple kinds of flounders. That's probably a possibility, especially since the only place I've really been exposed to fish recently is in Animal Crossing, and that was months ago because I just lost interest, I always do. Which is, okay, what I mean by that is that I lose interest in things after a while, which is perfectly normal. I wonder what this orange item is though. Right, do you consider me to be orange or yellow? Because I consider it to be orangey yellow, which counts as orange to me. And here's a sunflower. Oh, so they wanted to differentiate it from the regular sunflowers that you can get. Okay then. And here is the gorilla, which I thought was a bear. The bearilla, if you will. And that was surprisingly easy. Why did I find this hard when I was little? Is it because I used to always like get into the gorilla's line of sight without realising, well, in the middle of the day? As I said, this game, like I haven't said this before, but this game is quite simple because it is for young children. But at least it has camera control, unlike Pokemon Sword and Shield will presumably not have. Because I remember, like, in a Game Explain video, they were saying that the reason why there didn't seem to be free camera control in, I think it was Game Explain, in Pokemon Sword and Shield was because it would be too complex for kids. And I just commented the words Wind Waker in response to that. And look, I thought that was a toucan, but it's not. Is it a toucan? I don't know. Why are there toucans in this forest if it is the case? I think I like that bird ambience in the background, by the way. Yes, perfect. This is it. Okay, I'm gonna chop that huge log for you now. Now you can get through to the other side. Ouch. My back is starting to act up again. I'm gonna head back home. Well, see you around. Also, there's something, after we get this buff, there's something I've wanted to mention for a while, but I just haven't because I've forgotten. Why was I need for a reset, like a fade to black there? Anyway, there's something I've kind of wanted to say for about, for quite since the cutscene with the victory dogs. And that's quite a lot of cutscenes in this game are a bit boring because the dogs just barking at each other for too long. And like, as well as the one with the victory dogs, there's also the cutscene where you meet Cersei Patasi, which the ones that I'm going to call the letterbox cutscenes, because that's exactly what they have, as opposed to the normal talking in just talking at one camera angle cutscenes. But anyway, like the cutscene where you meet Patati for the first time is also quite boring because it's just a dog barking at him 3 times and it goes on for almost a minute. Not to mention this game has quite long load times. Also, the beeping sound in that music goes da 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 da. Always kind of like was a bit weird to me as a kid because it sounds like it's coming from the disc drive, because this game, like when I think of Wii disc loading, I always think of this game. And also, speaking of my nostalgic memories of this game, I remember when I used to play this game, it was in my grandparents' living room with being watched by quite a lot of family members actually. I didn't feel self-conscious at the time because I was quite young, but that's just a thing that happened. I used to play Wii games socially all the time, especially multiplayer ones, but now I just don't anymore. And speaking of which, I have a confession to make. I don't actually hate Wii music because of nostalgia. To be honest, like, I kind of just found I had a lot of fun just making those weird album covers at the end of every song. But I also haven't played the game in years, so I probably don't know if I'd actually like it now, but still. You brought back the blue flower. Please, go see Dr. Potan now. Oh yes, this is it. Now, only one more to go. It's called the white flower, but it's getting too late and I need to do some research on it. You should rest up. Oh, so does the game automatically go to night when you enter the building then? That makes sense, or else this dialogue would make sense. I just felt a little pain in my stomach. Oh, it's gone. Maybe it's nothing. Let's rest up. Next time on my extremely riveting Let's Play of the Dog Island, we will be going to bed and then we'll go find the white flower. Until next time, stay interesting.